Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, August 6, 2012. Let's jump right into the charts here with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. One thing you'll see about the E-minis today, they are trading higher by about 3 points at the moment to around the 1392 level. Again, not a big move this morning for the futures, but the markets had a big move on Friday, and sure enough, today just getting a little bit of a gap up, which is kind of common after such a robust move as we've seen going into the close on Friday afternoon. So once again, futures are trading up a little bit. Today could be a little bit more of a pause day if you ask me. We'll see if the market does muster some strength. Right now, all of the European markets are holding steady, so that is the one positive out there. It doesn't seem to be any real panic. Europe is trading higher. You also have Spanish bond yields on basically on the 2-year debt. Same with Italian 2-year debt yields are also trading lower, and that's given the market a little bit of wiggle room to move higher. However, when you look at the 10-year bond yields on Spanish and Italian debt, both are trading very close to Spanish bond yields are still very close to 7%, just underneath it, around 6.7%. And Italian bond yields are trading right around the 6% level. So again, when it comes to the 10-year debt or 10-year notes, those are still problematic. But the 2-year debt seems to be going down as the European Central Bank, I guess, steps in here and buys some bonds to lower the debt. But in any case, short-term debt yields have gone lower, and that is helping the markets at least temporarily. We'll see how that all plays out. But right now, futures are trading up about $3 at the moment. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index, which is lower again today by about 3 pennies. The dollar really sold off sharply on Friday and down again today, only by 3 pennies at the moment. Not a big deal, but nonetheless, the dollar is down. The euro is also down this morning as well. Here's a chart of the euro. It is definitely off the lows, but nonetheless, basically a little bit of a flat day to say the least. So we'll see if the dollar can fall, the euro will get more of a bid, and then the euro could trade up as I think it could trade up a little bit more either way over the next coming days, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, watch that U.S. dollar index chart. It will tell us just about everything we need to know when it comes to the stock market as well as when it comes to the euro currency. But right now, markets are just a little bit on the positive side and holding steady for the most part. All right, let's take a look at gold and oil. This morning we do have spot gold trading up about $2 to $1,611 an ounce. The GLD, we'll take a look at that this morning, trading right around 156.17. It did close at 155.55 on Friday, so a little pop there in the GLD. GLD's making a little bit of a move. If the dollar gains some strength, expect the GLD to pull back. Let's take a look at oil today. Light sweet crude is trading lower by 30 cents to $91.10 a barrel, and that's light sweet crude. Let's take a look at the USO today. USO is trading at $34 a barrel, closed at 34.07, trading at 34.05. So it's basically a flat open, or at least a flat start for the USO. Not a big deal. Again, oil will trade inversely to the U.S. dollar index. So if the dollar gets a bid, by some chance, expect oil to pull back. If the dollar sells off, expect oil to inflate. Same goes for gasoline and most other commodity plays out there. Now, there's not a lot of stocks in the news this morning. It is a Monday, but we're going to start off with Knight Capital. Ticker symbol is KCG. This stock really is fighting for its life right now. It looks like they got a $400 million loan from several financial institutions, but either way, the stock is trading down. It closed at $4.05 on Friday, trading down again today. So be careful with this one. This stock is not out of the woods yet. We'll see how it plays out. They did get a loan, though, I believe, of $400 million. But either way, I don't see anything that significant on the chart pattern except that it's oversold. So, again, be careful with this one. They could be in some trouble. But they did establish some financing, and we'll just see how that plays out. But right now, there's no pattern to really trade that thing. Another stock I saw this morning was Tyson Foods. You know, the poultry maker. Stock's trading right around 15 bucks. There's going to be a little bit of short-term support around 14.62, but this could be a strong gap down. So you got to be real careful. After 14.62, there's not a lot underneath it. So this stock could be really vulnerable after this to decline further. But right now it has to break below the 14.62 level. Should that happen, traders should watch 12.76. That could be a potential bounce area. And then it's really, I hate to say it, all the way down to around the $10.80 level. There's nothing really in between there that looks all that terrific. Maybe $12 would give you a little bit of a bounce. But right now, the support levels that I'm seeing on this stock, should the low get taken out, and that's the low right there, right at the moment, is around 14.60. It's going to be all the way down to 12.76 and possibly $10.79. Those are two bounce areas you could look for intraday scalps, but that's about it. $14.60 fails to hold up. This stock, it could go much lower, so we'll see where it plays out. Another stock I saw today that was moving was this ticker symbol CYOU. I guess it's changyu.com. I'm not all that familiar with the stock. I have not traded it personally, but it is making a pretty decent little move to the upside today. Stock is trading around $23.55. Definitely a nice little pop. Traders should watch the $26 level. That's where you're going to hit a lot of resistance. The only reason why I'm looking that high, because it's already extended, and you have a lot of resistance at 23.90 with the 200-day moving average on the daily chart, is because it's a real thin stock. The stock I barely trades a million shares. It really doesn't even get close to trading a million shares a day. And when you have these light volume stocks, that's why they're able to make such big moves. It doesn't take a lot of institutional participation to move it. So again, there's not a lot you could do with this thing, but I'd have to look all the way up at the $26 level. I think that's your best resistance point at this stage of the game. It's a very thin stock, so these things have a tendency to overshoot and trade much, much higher than originally expected. So that's what you have to look for. Some resistance at 24, but when you have a thin stock like this, I'm always looking, much higher. So we'll see where it plays, how it trades out, but right now that's how you have to view it. And after that, it would be $30.50. So keep that on the charts, on your watch list for the coming days. I'd like to see the stock trade more volume as well in order for me to participate. All right, let's take a look at Cognizant, ticker symbol CTSH. This stock was just hammered last time it had earnings, I believe in May. Today it's going the other way, having a nice little reversal bounce back. Watch these resistance levels. 23.14 could be a little fade scalp. 63.14 and then 65.98, two levels there. Also 66.91 is going to be more resistance, and then you're going to look at 68.82. So you got three different resistance levels there. Could see some quick scalp pullbacks on those levels. Again, the gap is okay. It's not the strongest gap I've ever seen, but it's a nice price move this morning. So we'll see how it's playing out. It's coming from really a bearish base, so that's the positive for the stock. So you want to watch those levels. 63.14 if it gets up there, and I think it will. $66 or 65.98, and then 66.91, and ultimately 68.82. All resistance levels for CTSH. Okay, so watch those intraday. That's pretty much all we have. There are some other stocks out there moving around, but there are really no significant movers this morning. So we'll see how it plays out. It looks like there's an offer out there for Best Buy to go. I'm not sure if it's to go private, but there is a bid for Best Buy out there. It looks like the founder of the company is looking to buy the company for $24 to $26 a share. That's a nice little pop. Stock's trading at $21.30. So it looks like there is an offer to buy the stock out for $24 a share. Best Buy closed yesterday, I should say Friday, much lower, around $17.65. So that's a huge premium. If you own this stock, what I would do is just trail, put a stop loss order under 21, see if it could make another little bit of a move higher into the 24 range. But either way, congratulations.
just protected it just in case that deal comes off the table. You never know what can happen. But that's a nice pop on Best Buy this morning. And looks like the buyout offer is from the company's founder for $24 to $26 a share. Pretty nice offer. I would just trail the stop, see if you get back up to that $24 level. Then if you want to just trail the stop from that point on, that's the way to do it. But that's a nice pop there. And that's pretty much it for today. There are other movers out there, but nothing all that significant. So we'll leave it there. We'll see what the market gives us. Today could be a little bit of a pause day. It is a Monday, light volume, so that's the upside for the market. The negative for the market is that it had such a big move already. Traders will need to digest these gains, and usually some profit taking comes in. So again, we'll see if it's just a flat day. I think that's a possibility. And barring any news out of Europe, we'll see what it gives us. With that said, everybody have a great afternoon, great morning, and we'll see you tomorrow.